Top of the morning to you, Mini Hades here, and just gonna really quickly talk about my giveaways. Two giveaways of $20 gift cards, one for my top promoter or both at random if I ever reach 100 subscribers. So make sure to share it with all of your friends, families, and maybe even your enemies. Maybe my opinions will piss them off, or these videos might annoy them. Either way, share the video. And as well, today's video is a half-baked theory on Little Nightmares, and it's pro-vegan, or at least through the eyes of a vegan agenda. And roll the video. Now, I'm not sure if bread is vegan or if that's more like a vegetarian thing and they're like, yeah, bread's still eating carcasses or whatever. But, you know, luckily right here you get a nice little slice of bread instead of some of that potentially human meat. Ah, delicious bread. Oh, what's this? That's the nagging strength of all the power that you could possess if only you would quit your veganism and start eating carcasses like the rest of us humans. It's probably what they're trying to advertise right there. And what I want to point out here is these wrapped bits of meat are very reminiscent of human carcasses rather than animal meat carcasses. Well, would you look at all that meat? And once more struck down by hunger. Hopefully we can find some nice vegan-friendly bread, but probably not amongst all these carcasses. But, you know, what's the difference between eating one of those dead animal carcasses over there and this one right here? Freshness. There's Evil 6. There's Evil 6. Enjoying every moment of your turn from veganism into a carnivore. The subtle but not too distinct depiction of a human carcass and an animal carcass being no different sources of meat and equally despicable by vegans is easily displayed by this scene right here. Vegans and or vegetarians once more. She is weakened by hunger and must quest forth for food. Hopefully she'll find something better than the rat carcass that she had to eat earlier, but sadly all I see is this bit of meat. And then Dark 6 rests in the perch above, thinking, good, good. And so too does the butcher. This further supports the prospects of human carcasses and animal carcasses are indistinguishable from one another by virtue of both being consumable meat, and through the eyes of a vegan is probably equally just as despicable, even though one's like an atrocity against humanism and the other is you know, not starving to death. These next two examples make me think that what they're trying to draw here, if not the comparison of veganism to just cannibalism, then perhaps just the brutality of meat consumption. The two examples, of course, being that last one and this one being the brutality of just meat being mulched, regardless of if it's humanesque like that or animal reminiscent. This chubby old carnivore over here, like others, have no problem eating any kind of meat. Little Dark 6 requires the sacrifice offering of at least one joke to keep this at least mildly entertaining for the masses. Bro, you are so fat, the only thing stopping you from getting to the all-you-can-eat buffet is literally the doorway. Like the other carnivores in this region, this carnivore and the others at this table are completely uncaring as to what kind of meat they are consuming. Actually, the way they reach at you, it almost suggests as if human or humanoid, I don't really know for a fact that 6 is indeed human. Humanoid seems to be in great favor, perhaps suggesting that eventually any sort of carnivorism would and ultimately result in cannibalism. And once more, struck down by hunger, we need to feast. And which means we must find ourselves a nice little source of food somewhere nearby. Thankfully we got this kind little gent, similar to our yellow coat. This white coat over here is now offering us food, because we were so kind to have found and saved a few of them. And oh, there's Dark 6. Further enjoying your descent away from veganism into full-blown cannibalism brought on by your probably enjoying your full-blown descent into cannibalism after starting your descent into carnivorism. Once more, struck down by hunger, we have to feast again, and not to be outdone by the cannibalistic-ish consumption of whatever those little gnome things are. We are about to consume an actual human to complete that transition from vegan to full-blown cannibal, because really there is no difference, right vegans? Anyway, ladies, gentlemen, everything in between, that's been my video, and today's half-baked theory. Let me know what you think down below. My other theory is, because I'll just throw in a secondary one real quick. My secondary theory, though, is that it's America doing its usual thing, bringing things to its logical extreme. And what I mean by that is like The Last of Us. Cordyceps is a real thing in real life that affects ants, and brought to its logical extreme would port over to humans and how it would affect society at large. And Little Nightmare, there's a PSA, I think it's called a PSA. There's one of those anti-drinking, don't be a drunk parent ad type things. Had a bunch of children looking at their parents like their parents were monsters. I think it's that brought to its logical extreme, similar to the cordyceps, as a secondary theory. But you let me know what you think down below, and have yourself a good day, evening, or whenever the hell you watch this. Speaking of bringing things to their natural extreme, after you consume the geisha ladies, into the motherland, the German army march.
gets caught up in